Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert Adam Duran answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
What's happening in the world of local SEO?
Tons. And actually, that's a great lead in. I think we're going to make this a regular feature because there's always news in this sector. And I think one of my functions as a local SEO expert is kind of to distill down those news items and how they affect local business owners. And so today I have 3 items that have just shown up in the last week or so. So I thought we'd go through them and let our listeners know how it's going to affect them or how it can affect their local business rankings. Sound good?
Breaking news.
Yes, these are all breaking news. So number 1, here we go. Google did come out and announce because if you have not been living under a rock, you probably know that AI content creation is all the rage now. Is that something you've heard of? Okay, yeah. So
ChatGPT.
Yeah, there's a ton of ChatGPT. There's a ton of competitors out there that basically it makes it very easy to create content for a website, for basically anything. So now Google came out and recognized that there is all this AI content being created, and it's not going to penalize you if you do it correctly. Google understands that there is a real use for having AI generated content on your site, which is that's great that before it's a blanket, we're going to penalize you, and now they've kind of changed their stance. And basically how they've done that, they've said that they're going to prioritize high quality content, regardless if it's human generated or AI generated.
Wow.
And that means they want you to when you're creating that content for your website, especially for your local website, you're going to prioritize the who, the how, and the why. And all of those, the who, it's about the person or the entity that's creating that content, and the how is that content being created, letting people know if it's AI generated or not. And then the why. Why are you creating that content? Are you creating it to solve people's problems? As a local business owner concerned with your rankings, yes, that's the answer to that one, is you want to be solving problems, okay? And those problems are your clients or potential clients' problems. They type it in, they come to your site because you have the answer. Make sense?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So part of that, what we're seeing now is whenever you write something, what I recommend is a personal take on this subject. So what's our thoughts? What's our take? So that what's our thoughts or what's our take on this, that positions you as the authority, the expert in that category. And so, yeah, your opinion matters and your opinion carries weight. So those are really important to include in any kind of content that you're creating going forward. Okay?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So this was the first time Google announced that. So that's why it's important. Next one. Google, a couple weeks ago, they officially announced, hey, sorry, my bad. They actually deleted tons and tons of legitimate reviews. So say, for example, you had a general contracting company and you got 3 or 4 reviews in the last couple of weeks. It's possible that they were filtered, that they were just taken off of your local, your local maps. And what Google has said is, yeah, sorry, our bad. And if you have given a review and you notice, hey, it's not there anymore officially, then what you can do is I'll put a link to that form that Google is allowing those users who think their reviews were filtered to report that, and then Google will apparently manually check them and hopefully put them back. So,
in how many years?
Great question, Jamie. Unknown.
Unknown. Okay.
Yeah. The filtering, I think Yelp experiences the same thing. When you have an algorithm or an AI kind of dictating whether a review goes up or not, it's a top. It just who the heck knows. I mean, with reviews, I know for our company, the last 5 we've gotten have all been filtered. They've all gone, and that was within the last month. And so,
same.
Yeah, it's super frustrating, and unfortunately, the business owner can't appeal to Google. You have to actually reach out to that user and say, hey, if they said, hey, if you have a customer who said, yeah, I wrote you a review, and you go, hey, it's not there, you can give them a link to this form. It takes about 30 seconds to fill it out, and at least you have some way of kind of hopefully getting that review back.
Mm-hmm.
Frustrating. I agree. And that's just the way it goes, I guess. Because, of course, Jamie, do you know why this kind of stuff happens?
AI?
Yeah, and all roads lead back to money. So Google really doesn't prioritize this part of its business as much as Google Ads, for example, where you can talk to a person almost immediately if you have a Google Ads problem. Thank you.
Interesting. But with the Yelp one, you can talk to anyone you want. And they all say, we have no idea. It's the algorithm.
That's my algorithm. Yeah. Okay.
It's Al, last name Gorhythm.
Gorhythm. That's right.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens with these reviews. If you're a local guide, this seems to have affected you as well, more than others. It's just be aware. So I do get messages about people saying, what do we do if my review is gone? You can go back and edit it. You can try and repost it that way. You can delete it and try and repost it again. It is a roll of the dice every time. So frustrating, I know. Sorry.
Well, kind of the best way, I think, is if it didn't appear, then you just got to let it go and go get some more. Just keep your head down. But it is fascinating how, no matter how many new reviews you get, really you almost stay at the same level compared to other companies where they might have 10 times the reviews. I'm like, how is that? How do they not have 1,000 filtered reviews?
On Yelp and Google.
Yeah. On Yelp and Google, exactly.
Yeah.
So.
I'm sorry. I'm just the messenger in this situation.
I know. It would just be, you would think that if 50 reviews, I mean, that's pretty much all anyone's ever going to read anyway. Then if you have 1,050 reviews, that the other 1,000 would be filtered. But fascinating how the 1-stars show right up at the top.
Flag those, and they can get taken down sometimes.
Oh, I know. It's just anywho.
Next one. You did mention ChatGPT at the start of the episode, and Bing now has introduced their own version of that for search results. They're rolling that out. And of course, now Google has their own ChatGPT kind of clone called Bard. And Bard is similar. It's what's going to happen, or they did a demonstration that of how it works. It's pretty interesting. Basically, you can say, how do I change a light bulb? And it will explain how to change a light bulb. Now, where does it get its information? Unknown. Why do I say unknown? Because that's a really big issue. If this is going to appear in search results, whose information is that coming from? So if that's something that I published on my website, I never gave Google or any other AI the right to scrape my website for the information that I put out, right? So if they're not going to cite my information or give me a link back or do anything that credits the author of that, whatever, even if the AI rewrites it, it still has to come up with that information from 1 or 2 or 10 different sources, right? So that's kind of what we're looking at in the future as Google rolls this Bard chat system out, is how it's going to incorporate the citations, right? The links back to wherever they got that information. There are some competitors that are doing that. They're adding they're adding links to the answers, which are great. I expect Google to do the same. How this affects local businesses, it's not really clear right now, and I don't think it's going to affect that much, because how can I ask a chat bot, hey, who's the best solar company in the area? What do you think the answer is going to be from that chatbot? Well, you can
all the local SEO listicles.
Yeah, that's basically what it would have to do, is say, here's the top 10, but hey, that's an AI's opinion of that, which means we can game that. So I don't expect this to be a really big part of search so far. So as it pertains to local businesses, for those kind of searches like how do I change a tire or something like that, yes, definitely it's going to get bigger, because if the answer is there and it's true, like it's a fact, then yeah, it seems like it's a no-brainer to use AI for that. But for local businesses and local business services, I think it's going to get really tough to start having an AI determine that kind of stuff.
Well, we're just in the beginning stages.
Yeah, we are. But yeah, those are the three biggest stories that I think connected to local businesses. That's why I wanted to review them this week. Great.
Well, that's great. That's great. And then, yeah, I mean, all of the AI is starting to motivate me to go back to school, because then I could just have it write the essays for me.
I know. Don't do that. But yes, I don't know what these kids are going to do. You have AIs that are passing like tests, like to be computer engineers and programmers and real estate agents and all that stuff. I mean, it is yikes. Oh boy.
Things are going to change very quickly, very fast.
Yeah, that's why this probably the first episode of every month will have this news roundup. That's what I'll call it. Yes.
All right.
That's it, Jamie. That's all I got for today.
Very good. All right. Well, if you have a news topic in SEO and you would like Adam to include it in the roundup, feel free to send it to us on our LinkedIn or Facebook page, Local SEO in 10. And if you do enjoy this podcast, kindly share it out with other users, other business owners, and other computer people that might be, that definitely need this information, because if they're not if they're not aware of what's happening in Google and in AI, somebody else, definitely their competitor, maybe an AI, will take their place. So we'll see how it goes, but definitely leave us 5 stars. And if this is an AI listening, leave us 5 stars. We would love to have that, and share it around with other AIs, and then we will rule the universe.
Nice.
All right. We will talk to you next week, everybody. Thanks very much.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.